Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Welcome to the show. This is Strength for Today's Man. We are in volume 111. And I want to start out by asking a question. Why do you do what you do? Stop and think for a moment. Why do you do some of the things that you do? In 1 Corinthians 9, 22 and 23, this is the English Standard Version, and Paul is writing here, "To the weak I became weak, that I might win the weak. I have become all things to all people, that by all means I might save some. I do it all for the sake of the gospel, that I may share with them in its blessings." Here's the answer. Why I do some of the things that I do. It's for the sake of the gospel, whether through a common interest or shared hobby. There's a powerful connection that can happen when we realize what unites us. What is it that's uniting you with the person that you're hanging around with right now? Strong, lasting relationships, I know for an assurance, are built when we celebrate the uniqueness of others and we embrace the things that we have in common. There's a lot of things that my wife and I have in common. That's what drew me to her, was some of the things that we had in common. 1, she was good looking. 2, she was smart. 3, she was saved. 4, she was very professional in her mannerism. I wasn't going to try to date no silly girl. I was too old for that. I know that under the age of 25, we don't care. We silly anyway. Our brains don't function right under 25. And it's not until we're 25 and above that our brains really start to acting like we're grown. But there was a commonality that we had that drew me to her. And I know that as our relationships develop, the needs of others become our needs. Their struggles become our struggles. Their joy becomes our joy. Their happiness becomes our happiness. Their defeats become our defeats. Their disappointments become our disappointments. So when we have a commonality with someone, when we have a common interest with people and we've gotten to know them, there are certain things that happen that affects us the way it affects them. And here's something else you need to understand. Humility happens when we choose, because it's a choice. When we choose to leave our self-serving agendas to create the best opportunities for those that are around us. That's some of our problems today. We have self-serving agendas. We have self-serving agendas in the workplace. We have self-serving agendas in the home. We have self-serving agendas in the ministry. And sadly, to see ministers and elders and apostles and prophets and whatever else titles that they're holding in the church, they have self-serving agendas. And it's not the best opportunities for those that are around them because it's all about them. When we grasp the blessings of the gospel, the blessings that Paul talked about, where he says that I may share with them in its blessings. When we grasp the blessings of the gospel, we will do what is necessary to become who we need to become so those that are around us can experience Christ in a life-changing way. People don't want to go to church because of you. People don't want to follow Christ because of you. And I'm saying this in a general sense because people are watching us. They're reading us. They're not reading their Bibles. They're like, hey, I don't need to go to church. This cat right here says he's a Christian and he's doing the exact same thing I'm doing. He's out here partying. He's out here getting high. He's out here drinking. Why do I need to go to church? He said he's a Christian. So people are not experiencing Christ in a life-changing way. The kingdom of God, the kingdom of heaven, comes when we meet people right where they are, physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally. Here's what I find very touching. When people see our willingness, and I mean true willingness to enter their world for the sake of the gospel and its blessings, The doors are open, walls come down, and people take a step closer to Christ and his kingdom. But you have to be willing to meet people right where they are. You got to be willing to go into their world. A lot of people, they're afraid to go into these neighborhoods. I don't blame them, because there's a lot of death in some of these neighborhoods. But if God has commissioned you, if God has appointed, anointed, and approved you to go, do you not know you can walk into those neighborhoods and no harm will come to you? Because you have been appointed to go to that neighborhood. You have been chosen to go into that world in order to bring the gospel and its blessings to the people on the streets. You got to be willing to go where they are. Jesus went where the people were. He didn't go to the synagogues to find sinners, even though the religious leaders were the biggest sinners in the land. He went out to the streets and the neighborhoods and the communities. He met them right where they were. And that's what's important. Why do we do what we do? It's for the sake of the gospel. Let me close with this. God, increase my joy when I consider the blessings of the gospel. Give me courage to reach out to others for the sake of the gospel. May my character reflect yours as I seek to enter the lives of those around me. What is your life reflecting? Who are you reflecting? Are you living a life in order for people to see and experience Christ in a life-changing way? Why do you do what you do? It's for the sake of the gospel. This is Strength for Today's Man, Vol.111. Guys, I appreciate you being here today. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Be sure to like the channel. Be sure to share the channel with someone else, because that's a part of sharing the gospel. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow on the next podcast. You guys be blessed.